good evening students, and welcome to today's daily quiz presented to you by BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Before we start the quiz, here is a quick announcement that we have a live interactive free workshop on complete guidance to excel in UPSC Civil Services examination available only on the BYJU'S Exam Prep app. It will be live on 10th June from 6 p.m. onwards. So do not forget to register for this. The link for registration is available in the video description. So here is our first question. Consider the following statements. The minimum support price is recommended by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. It is the minimum price at which government buys the crops from the farmers. The system of MSP was introduced in India in 1966-67. We have taken this question because the Union Cabinet, that is the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, which is chaired by the Prime Minister of India, it has approved the minimum support prices for the Kharif season. Now please note that these prices, they are approved by the CCEA. However, they are recommended by another committee known as Commission on Agricultural Costs and Prices, CACP. Now the minimum support prices, they were introduced in India in 1966 and 67 in order to address the issue of deficits in cereal production since our independence. So if we go back to the question, this is incorrect. The recommendation is by CACP, but final approval is given by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. This is also correct. Now minimum support price, yes, it is the price at which the government buys the crops from the farmers. The private traders, they may or may not buy the crops at a price which is lower than this. However, the government will never buy crops at a price lower than the MSP. So your correct answer over here is A, because we have to choose the incorrect statements. The next question is, how many of the following gases are greenhouse gases? Methane, nitrogen, water vapor, argon, carbon dioxide. We have taken this question because according to a study by NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of USA, it has been found out that the concentration of carbon dioxide has further increased in our atmosphere. It has increased to 424 parts per million compared to 421 parts per million in May last year. So within 1 year, there has been an increase of 3 parts per million. Now greenhouse gases, they are responsible for global warming. Carbon dioxide is one of most important one because of the amount of carbon dioxide that we have in our atmosphere. Apart from that, some examples of greenhouse gases include methane, chlorofluorocarbons, sulfur dioxide, ozone, and so on. So if we go back to the question, methane is a greenhouse gas, water vapor is, and carbon dioxide is. However, nitrogen, which makes up of 78% of our atmosphere, is not a greenhouse gas. So is argon. Argon is also not a greenhouse gas. So your correct answer over here is B. The next question is, how many of the following statements are correct about cotton cultivation? It is a Kharif crop. India is one of the top 5 producers of cotton globally. BT cotton was introduced in India in 2002. We have taken this question because it is likely that cotton cultivation will shrink in this Kharif season. Now cotton is a very important Kharif crop for India. The major states that produce cotton include Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. Now India is in a constant competition with China when it comes to being the top producer of cotton. Some years India is the top producer, while some years it's China. However, India is amongst the top 5 producers of cotton in the world. In the year 2002, a company known as Monsanto, it introduced its BT cotton in India, which was resistant to the bollworms. And this helped in improving the production of cotton in the country. So if we go back to the question, yes, it is a major Kharif crop of India. India is one of the top 5 producers of cotton globally, and BT cotton was introduced in this year. So your correct answer is option C. The next question is, which of the following statements are true regarding the Madden-Julian oscillation? It is an eastward moving system near the equator. It has a periodicity of 30 to 60 days. Its presence over the Indian Ocean during monsoons helps bring good rainfall over the Indian subcontinent. We have taken this question because the cyclone Biparjoy, which is developing in the Arabian Sea, it might lead to a sluggish ascent of monsoons in the western coastal regions of India. Now this cyclone, it has now developed into a very severe cyclone, and it is likely that this will turn towards Oman instead of coming towards India. Now please note that this cyclone is getting its energy, which has led to this becoming a very severe cyclone, from various factors like warm Arabian Sea, a weak monsoonal onset, and favorable Madden-Julian oscillation conditions in the Indian Ocean region. Now what is Madden-Julian oscillation? It is an ocean atmosphere phenomena which has a widespread impact on the global climate. It brings major fluctuation in tropical weather on weekly to monthly timescales. Now this is defined as an eastward moving pulse of clouds, rainfall, wind and pressure near the equator. The periodicity of it is 30 to 60 days, and it mainly affects the Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean regions. Now whenever Madden-Julian oscillation it is over the Indian Ocean, this leads to improvement in monsoon. Contrary to this, if it's over Pacific Ocean, then the monsoons will be bad. So there are a variety of factors that are affecting Indian monsoons. So if we go back to this question, yes, it is an eastward moving system near the equator. Periodicity is 30 to 60 days. However, if this periodicity is on the lower side, that is 30 to 40 days, then this brings good rainfall during the monsoon season. However, if it is above 40 days, then this might not give good showers and can even lead to a dry monsoon. So basically, shorter the cycle, better it is for Indian monsoons. So this is also correct and this is also correct. So your correct answer over here is C. Now we come to PYQ from the year 2019. The money multiplier in an economy increases with which one of the following? Increase in cash reserve ratio, increase in banking habit of the population, increase in the statutory liquidity ratio, increase in the population of the country. Now multiplier effect, it is a very important economic term which refers to the proportional amount of increase or decrease in the final income that results from an injection or withdrawal of capital. So for example, if you have invested 100 rupees and you get an output of 200 rupees from that, so that means the multiplier effect is of 2x. Now what do banks do is that when you deposit certain amount in the banks, then after taking out the amount that they need to keep as reserves, like the cash reserve ratio or the statutory liquidity ratio, they lend out the rest of the money and they earn interest on it. So the amount of money, it increases eventually. So that means that if more and more people they come and deposit money in the banks, then the banks will have more money to lend out and that will lead to increase in the money multiplier. So banking habits of the population is extremely necessary to increase the money multiplier. Now you'll say that this can also be the correct answer, but no. Even if the population is high, but the number of people who have bank accounts or who save in the banks, they are less, then this will not have a good impact on the money multiplier. So your correct answer is option B. Now we come to the fact of the day, which is about the State Food Safety Index. We have taken this because on World Food Safety Day, that was on 7th June, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, he has unveiled the 5th State Food Safety Index. Now this State Food Safety Index, it has been developed by FSSAI. in order to measure the performance of states on various parameters related to food safety. Now, 5 major parameters are considered in development of this index. What are these parameters? We have human resources and institutional data, compliance, food testing infrastructure and surveillance, training and capacity building, and the last one is consumer empowerment. So this index, it provides an objective framework for evaluation of food safety across all the states and union territories. Now, State Food Safety Index, please note, it was first released in 2018-19 in order to foster healthy competition and catalyze positive change in the food safety ecosystems throughout the country. This will eventually ensure provision of safe and wholesome food to all the residents. According to the latest Food Safety Index, among the largest states, the state of Kerala secured the top ranking, which was followed by Punjab and Tamil Nadu. Amongst the smaller states, Goa emerged as a leader, followed by Manipur and Sikkim. Amongst the union territories, Jammu and Kashmir secured the first position, followed by Delhi and Chandigarh. So that was all about today's daily quiz. I hope you were able to understand all the concepts. So do not forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such content. Thank you very much and have a very good day ahead.